Surfaroo Scenic Rim Adventure. I'm here at the For Real Milk and Mr. Greggy from For Real Milk. Mate, how are you?
I'm going well, thanks. Yourself?
Really, really good. This is a big property and we're out in nature with the cows. Now tell us a bit about this farm. It's something different to a lot of the other ones.
Well, we really are in nature. We're going to try and beat the rain behind us. It's a family farm. It's a generational property. My great uncle Henry actually started milking cows on this farm by hand into a bucket, as they did in the good old days, back in 1935. So we've been here ever since then. My uncle Ray, my father Daryl, they're 80 years old and 77. They're still working full time to this day on the farm. So my mum's here as well. My auntie are involved in the family business. Not only are we a dairy farm now, but we host tours. We have visitors coming regularly. We also bottle our own milk on site.
Two parts to your company. You got the dairy milk and of course the robotics.
Yes, so the robotic dairy was the first Lely robots installed in Queensland. Okay, Pete, we're just in the dairy shed right now and this is voluntary milking. These cows, they come into the dairy whenever they want to. They choose their own time of day to get milk. The robots are milking the cows without humans. This is the middle of the day right now, cows are being milked. Same thing happens in the middle of the night, midnight, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. Cows are coming into the dairy being milked by the robots. It's their choice. It's absolutely voluntary. They've been milking all of our cows for 10 years. I'm literally still milking cows while I'm talking to you right now down here in the paddock. Pretty inquisitive dairy cows. They've all gathered behind us, probably because they saw your vehicle and thought someone might have been coming to feed them a bit of hay or something, but it's not to be. They've been eating grass in the paddock behind us for the last few hours now, and they go back to the robotic dairy when they want to. It's actually available to our cows 24/7. They choose to milk themselves about 3 times each day or every 8 hours.
Now, you know what the good thing is, because I'm into organics, healthy lifestyle. Now look back here, guys. What do you see? You see cows out on the pasture. Now they're not eating grains, right? They're eating grass. I don't eat much meat, but when I do, grass-fed meat, of course, which is the best because we don't want to get into the grains.
What we do on a modern dairy farm, Pete, even though our cows are grass-fed and pasture-based, we do still feed them some grain. And the grain is, it's a bit like athletes will carb load, you know, before a major event. Mm-hmm. And our cows convert that grain into milk. So they're not getting obesely overweight. The risk is if we feed too many grains to our animals, we do that to fatten them. That's exactly why we do it. And of course we know that making animals, just like humans, obesely overweight is not healthy. So we have cows living very long, healthy lives. They're maintaining a healthy body weight through their life. They're getting exercise by being in the paddock. They're getting vitamins and minerals from the sunshine. They're breathing fresh air. So all of these health benefits for our cow, exactly the same as it is for humans.
What do you reckon? Because you're the farmer, you know the cows. Now, in the big cities, we're told training at a gym, go skim milk, low fat.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Or are we just killing the milk by doing that?
Look, it's really interesting, and this is one of the worst things that ever happened to the dairy industry. Back in the 70s and 80s, we were told to cut back on our fat. We were misled to believe that saturated fats in animal products cause high cholesterol and heart disease. And what did the dairy industry do? They responded. They took the fat out of our milk and dairy products. And that stuff's actually not near as healthy for us. The fats or the cream in the milk is the best part for the human body. It's where the nutrients are. It's where the flavour is. And flavour's pretty important if you want to eat food, right? And it's actually also where the enzymes are. So if the enzymes are still in our food and we're not destroying the food as a product, our body can then digest everything else we're eating. The other problem with low-fat products is they are high in sugar. And we've really learned over the last few years especially that sugar's our enemy. Too much sugar in the human diet, not healthy for us. Yep. And we convert it to fat. So low-fat milk makes people fat. It literally does. People who are trying to lose weight on low-fat and they're wondering why is it not working, it's higher in sugar. Here's a really interesting story for you, like the good old days on the farm again here, Pete. My dad and Uncle Ray had a piggery on this farm as well. Before, I can't really remember the pigs, but we used to separate the milk into cream and skim milk. Yep. The cream was where the money was. We'd send that to the factory and we fed all of the skim milk to the pigs on this farm. Do you know why we fed the skim milk to the pigs? To fatten them up. literally. And they would fatten really fast on skim milk. No cream, just skim milk. It's been a misconception for a long time. It's taking us decades to undo that bad science that we were told.
Well, there you go, guys. Something I didn't know. All those people out there training too, go easy on that skim milk.
We've just come down to the paddock, and that's Rose, who was just getting milked in the robot a few minutes ago. She's come down here by herself because it's voluntary, and the cows are, well, that's Brooke actually that just walked past behind Rose. So let's go for a walk with the girls right now down here in the paddock. People don't quite understand when it comes to dairy cows. They're not pets. You know, we don't give them daily attention. They come and go as they please. So some of them might let me pat them, some of them might not. We just let them do whatever they want to do. G'day Pete, we're just in the factory right now, really exciting day. 2 brand new flavours, bottled for the first time here at For Real Milk. We have the live wire, and that is actually a white chocolate that's pink, because it has Kakadu plum in it. And this one, the Dragon Heart, is a dark chocolate, which also has a native fruit Davidson plum. So these are both world first products made right here in the Scenic Rim. Can't wait for you guys to taste them, they're amazing. We don't toilet train our cows either. That stuff's called organic fertiliser. Awesome for the soil. They're fertilising the paddock, they're regrowing the grass they're going to eat next time they come back here. You can see just through the fence here, Pete, this is what's called strip grazing, and we shift a fence every day and they get an allocation of grass to eat. They'll stay down in the paddock for about 8 hours while they're eating this grass, and when they've eaten all the grass they go back home to the robotic dairy to get milked again. So the voluntary milking system, it's triggered by their appetite. Cows are really clever when it comes to food. She's the oldest cow in our herd right now. Roxy is actually coming up 16 years old. There's a lot of confusion about cows on a modern dairy farm, and the reality is they can live long, healthy lives. As we see Roxy still here, nearly 16 years of age. Cows are working hard today, that's true. They're producing a lot of milk, but they can only do that because we're looking after them so well. We're taking really good care of our cows, we're looking after their health and well-being. That means they can live a long, healthy life. Just like humans, we can keep working until later in age. We want to stay active, we don't want to retire and do nothing. So we need to stay healthy and well too. And that's why they can, because they're out here in the paddock, they're getting exercise, they're getting vitamins and minerals from the sun, they're breathing fresh air. One of the 200 cows down here in the paddock's actually a boy, not a girl. And Lockie, we use natural mating on our cows, as well as we've been using artificial insemination since 1981, 40 years. So a combination of the two enable us to use the best genetics. And the boys that we use on our farm, they grow up, some of them we keep, they grow up to be bulls, and they're just the very best genetics in our herd, like Roxy, a cow like Tammy in our logo. All of this, really good news for our cows.
Now, we've got a new product coming out, and I'm going to be the first one to taste this product. Tell us a bit about it, mate.
Well, it's pretty exciting, and you did tell me before, Pete, you don't mind your chili, because it's actually a world first. This stuff is the first chili coffee in the world. And when I say chili coffee, it's real chili and real coffee in real milk. Wow. So this is also the only product on the Australian market that is non-homogenised. And that's the cream. You can see that all that cream floats to the top. It's non-homogenised, and there's very little added sugar. I'm talking less than half a teaspoon of sugar in this bottle. But it's still sweet. The sweetness comes from the lactose-free milk and also from the maltose or maltodextrin that the chili coffee guys have used. So this is a collaboration between 2 local businesses, and it's been great to work with Jim and Doug. They are the founders and inventors of chili coffee. So I'm going to now you will have to shake this, but I'm going to let you taste that one.
Okay, mate, I'll let you do the honours, shake it for me and pop the cork.
We do have to shake it well. See, I've got another one here too. So this is the espresso.
Oh, okay.
And espresso is just a little less chili for those who are worried about their chili. So we've got to give them both a shake. I'll have one while you're having one.
Yeah, sure, no worries. Let's get into it.
And
shake, 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 as we say.
Full cream milk. We don't do a low-fat product in our factory. Yep. So I'm undoing the lid for you, aren't I?
No worries, mate. Okay, I'm going to wait till you open your top and we'll do a cheers here as we say goodbye from the Scenic Rim for real milk. Cheers, mate.
Enjoy.
Guys. Wow. I tell you what, chili with milk, it tastes good.
You know what's happening right now? Your brain is ticking over trying to figure out what on earth you're drinking because you've never tasted anything like it before.
It is tasting really good. It's not that hot, so it's going to burn, but you can feel it sliding down your throat.
There's just a warmth you get in the back of your throat
Yeah.
about 3 seconds after you swallow with that one.
Farmer Gregory, here at For Real Milk, the new product of chili, and of course coffee here too, guys. Scenic Rim, Pete the Surfer Adventure. Still got lots more ahead of us. Stick by. See you soon. Bye for now.